This week from AL-Musawat Radio. AL-Musawat Radio is the right place to know everything.
Welcome to all of you, dear listeners. This is the weekly news coverage coming your way from Al-Musawat radio station. And we'd like to announce that we will soon be broadcasting on the frequency 101.8 FM. Stay tuned. And the beginning goes with the latest developments within the Iraqi political arena. Baghdad Operations Command announced the reopening of all cut-off roads those were previously blocked to secure the presidential election session. The Iraqi Association of University Students called on to stage a vigil demanding the cancellation of Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research decision which stipulates the annulment of the course requirement overrides policy and demanding a third attempt for the final examinations. Iraqi Ministry of Transportation reported that Iraqi Republic Railways Company's building came under missile attack. A security source reported a fire broke out in Abu Dishir second-hand clothing market of the capital Baghdad. The source also said that the fire spreaded to a wide range as the Civil Defense Corps rushed to the fireplace. The Supreme Judicial Council published the marriage and divorce statistics of September 2022 for all Iraq's governorates, excluding Kurdistan region. These statistics recorded 15,271 marriage contracts, 2,774 ratified de facto marriage contracts, 3,901 ratified out-of-court divorce cases, and 1,668 separation by judicial order cases. An informed security source of Dhikar province reported the registration of more than 160 spouses mutual assault and sexual assault cases in the province. Human rights expert Fadl Gharawi confirmed that children in Iraq are daily subjected to cyberbullying and discrimination, considered as the biggest violation that threatens their rights. Appropriate experts criticized the mechanism approved by the Iraqi government to solve the housing crisis, whether by granting loans for the citizens or by limited housing projects. Diyala province farmers made a distress appeal for the Iraqi government and the concerned parties to save them from feudal and enslavement. The local government of El-Diwania province warned of potential floodings in case that heavy rains would fall during the upcoming winter season due to the non-completion of the sewage and rainwater drainage network project in the province. Dozens of Al-Umar village residents of Al-Dawaya district, northeastern Dhikar province, cut off a vital route which links their province to the capital Baghdad and a number of other provinces, accusing the local government of stealing projects devoted for their village and transfer these projects to other areas of the province, where officials and influential people reside. Dhikar Governor Mohammed Hadi announced that a contingency plan is being developed in order to address the problems of traffic congestions in the middle of the province, including delay in the official start timing of working hours concerning some state institutions. Al-Muqdadiya District Authorities, Northeastern Diyala Province, launched a plan and initial actions to address a danger that threatens health and environment resulted from the aftermaths of drought and water shortage. An electric power sector official clarified the reasons of power outage in Basra, southern Iraq, stating that the province-wide blackout is due to the purposes of maintenance conducted to their main Al Rumaila power lines in the province. The financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Dr. Ahmed Salah, confirmed that the talk about lack of state employees' salaries for the next year is subject to personal judgment. A government official indicated that dollar exchange rate against Iraqi dinar would likely continue to rise due to hard currency sales decline at the Central Bank of Iraq's foreign exchange auction. Ministry of Finance considered all of the contract employees who contracted in 2020 to violate the Council of Ministers decision. Dollar exchange rate against Iraqi dinar slightly rose in Iraq Stock Exchange in the capital Baghdad. Energy Information Administration revealed that U.S. crude oil imports from Iraq exceeded 7 million barrels within a month. Iraqi Ministry of Health announced the COVID-19 epidemiological record across the country for the last week, with new 296 COVID-19 cases, 670 recoveries, and only one death case recorded. The Federal Commission of Integrity recommended the investing company of the Vehicle Durability Inspection Project, lowering the vehicle inspection wages. The Federal Commission of Integrity announced the arrest of a director prosecuted on a bribery charge and the arrest of a procurement committee chairman and members prosecuted on damaging public funds charge in 2 of Diyala Province directorates. Al-Najaf Criminal Court delivered verdicts against officers and affiliates in an escape of a sentence from security force custody case during having dinner at one of the province's restaurants. Maysan Criminal Court sentenced a convict charged with targeting Al-Amara Investigation Court's principal judge. An informed security source of the Ghar province disclosed the reasons of the province's drug control administrator detention, as he was detained due to having caught in the act of a bribery instance. The National Security Service announced the arrest of an electronic blackmailer threatened a girl of Arab nationality. The Iraqi National Intelligence Service succeeded to free an abducted Yazidi young woman who was abducted since 2014 and calmly took her from the Syrian city of Al-Hasaka into Iraqi territory. The spokesperson of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Major General Yahya Rasool announced the forestall of a route used for narcotics smuggling and trafficking, and the seizure of 28 kilograms of narcotic substances coming from abroad. Civil Defense Directorate reported 20 people died and injured during separate incidents and announced the registration of 95 fire incidents across a number of Iraqi provinces. A security source reported a woman died during a traffic accident which took place as a vehicle collided with a motorcade of Minister of Interior in the capital Baghdad. A security source reported an Iraqi Ministry of Defense officer holds the rank of brigadier was injured during a fight in the capital Baghdad. A security source of the capital Baghdad reported a mother and two of her sons killed by an altercation which degenerated into shooting northern the capital. A Baghdad security source reported 4 persons died and 2 others injured, and the arrest of 2 persons during 2 separate fights in the capital. A security source reported 5 people died and injured during a tribal conflict erupted in Al-Madan district, southeastern the capital Baghdad. An official security source reported a parking lot and a retired employee's house were attacked by bombs during 2 separate incidents took place in 2 different districts in the capital Baghdad. A security source reported an explosion targeted a private sector bank, leaving no casualties in the capital Baghdad. A security source of Diyala province reported 5 traffic accidents registered, all of which took place on Baghdad-Kirkuk Road, leaving 7 killed and injured. A security source of Diyala province reported a truck driver injured by armed attack western the city of Baquba. A security source of Diyala province reported 2 persons died in a run-over accident northwestern the province. 2 security sources reported 6 people killed and injured by a traffic accident and random shootings, besides the detention of a local radio station director in both Diyala and Nineveh provinces. A security source of Diyala province reported 2 indictees prosecuted on the murder and burning of a teacher and his wife charge were sentenced to death by double hanging northeastern the city of Baquba. A security source of Kirkuk province reported 7 people died and 6 others injured by 2 traffic accidents in the province. A security source reported a family of 9 people died in a traffic accident on Al-Qaishikha Road, northern the city of Mosul. Directorate General of Traffic reported 8 people killed and 3 others injured by a horrific traffic accident in Nineveh province. An official security source reported a lawyer survived an assassination attempt central Al-Najaf province. A security source of the Kar province reported a number of security-related incidents registered in the province, including the death of a child in a fire incident and the suicide of a young woman. A security source of the Kar province reported a young man in the 20th of his age committed suicide central the province. A security source of the Kar province reported 4 shepherds killed and injured by the detonation of a war remnants southern the province. A security source reported a woman killed by detonation of war remnants in Al-Zubair district of Basra province, southern Iraq. Swedish member of the European Parliament Abir Sahlani cut her own hair at the rostrum of the parliament in protest at violence against women. Iranian activists reported that Iran's authorities newly targeted Kurdish areas, western Iran, whilst Iranian officials justified that the latest labor protest erupted due to wage, not against the regime. A US newspaper revealed the Iranian authorities' fear of possible civil disobedience amid mounting outrage and protests in the wakes of the killing of young woman Mahsa Amini, whilst academicians specialized in Iranian affairs noted that Tehran will face difficulty in ruling the younger generation. The famous bride, well known as Ismailiya bride, was beaten by her husband again months after assaulting her in wedding dress on the street. However, the bride filed an official report against her husband at another police station in the Egyptian city of Ismailia, accusing him of severely beating her and causing her some injuries in different parts of her body. Marrying off raped females in Mauritania epitomizes the collaboration of the family and the law against the victim. On the occasion of the Saudi National Day, many developments charted the women's passage in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia during the last years. The matter, which highlights its active role in building a sustainable society. Last Tuesday was the 10th anniversary of the approval of the International Day of the Girl Child, which was developed by the United Nations to support girls' rights and to raise awareness regarding gender discrimination they face worldwide, in a time when many of them suffer from physical violence and educational discrimination. The United Nations Secretary General called for the expansion of the participation of women in the international peace operations, as this came during a session which was devoted by the United Nations Security Council for the consideration of women's role in the establishment of security and peace. The World Health Organization (WHO) announced that case numbers in the global monkeypox outbreak have now exceeded 70,000 cases, warning that a decline in new cases doesn't mean people could drop their guard. World Bank projected that the world is heading to economic recession during the next period, as the repercussions of the Russian-Ukrainian war and COVID-19 pandemic continue, noting to the continuity of food and energy inflated prices and the effects of climate change. An all-female staff and customers restaurant opened in Gaza Strip, considered as the first of its kind. And finally, a man who harassed a young woman in broad daylight is caught by surveillance camera in Brazil. Here we come for the end of this weekly news coverage. It was presented to you from AL-Musawat radio station. Kindly accept the best regards from me, your host right here behind the mic, Taif Edited, and from the producer, Ahmed Salah. Until then, join us next week. Have a nice day and goodbye.